40 Sports Broadcast.
Welcome back. This is Oilers Baseball on ESPN, and we are set for game number 2 of today's doubleheader between your Peninsula Oilers and the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks. Dylan Simmons, Tucker Blau joining you, and the top half of the first inning just moments away from getting underway. We'll go over everything as soon as we can. Shane Cannon will be leading off for the Oilers here, followed by Brooks Hossenclaver and Mark Nellis. And again, because it's game 2, we don't have a traditional pregame show for this second game, so we're just going to go straight into the action. It is Asher Abrams who's on the mound here for Chugiak as the Oilers, Tucker, look to get back on the ball here in the second game of the doubleheader.
Absolutely. The Oilers, they're not a quitting team. They did lose rather handily this morning, and they're looking to bounce back tonight and even the series up at 500. So
Abrams on the bump here for the Oilers, and he'll fire this pitch in low for ball number 1 as Cole Dixon just came in for some reason to our press box. What's going on, guys? Count at 1-0. They were just checking some stuff out, it looks like. Swung open a wrong door. Here's a strike on a breaking ball. Count goes to 1-1. Shane Cannon, in game number 1 earlier today, had a double with a strikeout and ground ball to third, 1 for 3 day. He's going to pop this one foul. Count goes to 1-2. And there is a little bit of precipitation coming down right now, Tucker, so that could make things a little treacherous for these players.
Yeah, that's Dylan's fancy way of saying it's raining.
Yes. There is rain in the area, by the way, folks, just to make sure you all know. 1-2 pitch. This is low for ball 2. Thankfully, because of the turf here at Lee Jordan Field, it makes playing conditions a breeze, even with the rain coming down. 2-2 pitch coming up to Cannon from Asher Abrams. Delivers, and it's low for ball 3. Count runs full.
Good at-bat from Cannon. He's atop of this order for a reason. He's able to work the count, and he'll find a way to get on base, hopefully.
Has a full count right here, and will foul this one off as it rockets its way toward the right side over the fence. Payoff pitch. Asher Abrams from Johnson University in Knoxville, Tennessee. He is a teammate of Isaac Fernandez of the Peninsula Oilers. Payoff pitch, another foul ball again. Keeps the count at 3-2.
Shane Cannon, he features over 500 on-base percentage for the year. If you're not a baseball person, that means that over 50% of the time he steps into the box, he reaches base. Between him and Hossenclaver, great top of the order.
3-2, called strike 3 on an Abrams breaking ball, and that will be out number 1 in the top of the first.
Cannon, as I said, with an excellent at-bat. Unfortunately, just watched strike 3 and didn't get the call, so goes down swinging here in his first attempt.
Brooks Hossenclaver comes to the plate. This is Abrams' 3rd appearance of the season. The longest he's gone is 5 innings against the Bucks on June 14th. Gave up just 2 earned runs and 4 hits in that contest. Part of a 9-4 win for the Chinooks. Hossenclaver watches the fastball go by for a strike. Counted 0-1. Hossenclaver had an RBI double in the 3rd inning of the first game today. Part of a 1 for 2 outing with a walk as well. 0-1, here's a high fly ball deep to left field. West ranging back towards the left field corner, makes the catch for out number 2.
That's a great athleticism by Phoenix West out there in left field, somehow able to track that ball all the way down. By the time he caught it, he was almost like running back at it at the same angle the ball was coming down and managed to make the grab.
Fantastic catch by West, a tough out for Hossenclaver. Mark Nellis will come to the plate. And the center fielder will try to get things going for this Oilers offense, and he swings and misses at an Abrams breaking ball. Counted 0-1. Abrams from Montgomery, Texas. And again, he plays for Johnson University in Tennessee. Nellis, opposite field, foul ball. Moves the count to 0-2. Nellis had to be pretty excited earlier today when he learned that Team Canada is advancing in the FIFA World Cup. Of course, Mark native of Toronto, Ontario. 0-2 pitch, Nellis, high drive, deep to left field. West trying to catch up to it. He will not be able to. Nellis running for second. Here's the throw. It is going to be in time. Oh, my gracious. What a throw.
Coverage that fits your needs and...
Hi, this is Christy Babcock, your local State Farm agent.
Saw the top of this Chinooks lineup pick up a combined, let's see, that's six. Saw the top of this Chinooks lineup pick up a combined, let's see, that's 6 hits in like 8 or 9 at bats, so absolutely lethal. But thankfully in the second game it looks just a little bit different. Reese Vassar is actually on the bench for this second game. I'm sure he will be available from the bench, so still got to watch out for that. Blake Allen is leading off for the Chinooks. Phoenix West still sitting in that number 3 spot. I shouldn't say sitting, I should say looming after a huge game 1 in this 2-game set.
Allen is the DH for
game 1 in this 2-game set.
Allen is the DH for this game for the Chinooks, and he leads off here against Luke Dixon. In the infield is Jack Holubowski, Shane Cannon, Luke Skinner, and Luke Lusky for Peninsula. By the way, the top of the batting order brought to you by State Farm agent Christy Babcock. Protect yourself and your assets by putting Christy and her team at the top of your lineup as well. So Allen to the plate, part of that lethal top of the order that the Oilers are hoping to prevent here. Here's a fastball popped up on the right side. Should be an easy out for Luke Lusky. He camps underneath it and makes the catch for out 1.
Blake Allen, 2 for 4 earlier today, pops out on the first pitch here. So hopefully that's an omen of good things to come in this game too.
Luke Dixon 1 for 1 on the season with 9 innings pitched. He started 2 games so far, has given up a total of 5 earned runs with 9 strikeouts. One of the pitchers from Arkansas Tech, along with his brother Cole. Of course, that is the home school of head coach Dave Dawson. And a bunt attempted to be laid down by Kai Butler. Ended up pulling back at the last second. Count goes to 1-0.
Butler wanted to lay one down there, and Holubowski read it all the way through. He was crashing all the way, and I think whether that was a strike or a ball, Butler was going to pull back just because he knew the likelihood of a hit was not high with the way Holubowski was playing that.
Chinooks as a team hitting .243 overall. Here's a drive towards right center field, but camping right underneath it is Hossenclaver. It's almost like he knew where it was going before it even left the bat.
Absolutely. That's just a line shot to right field. Great read from Hossenclaver, though he didn't have to run very far. Records the second out of this inning on only 3 pitches.
Well, a lot of times you camp closer towards the corner, and Hossenclaver didn't and was rewarded for that decision. So that's really good eyes by Brooks to make that play. That brings the next man up in the order, the ever-dangerous Phoenix West. Maybe the player in the ABL right now. Had a tremendous first game earlier today against the Oilers and sends a high shot deep to right center, but Hossenclaver again camps underneath it and again makes the catch for out number 3. So good work by Brooks Hossenclaver, watching some of these fly balls go right into his glove from Kai Butler and Phoenix West. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Chinooks, and that takes us to the top of the second. Your score remains 0-0. We'll be right back in a moment on ESPN.
Got a toothache? DCHS is bringing back emergency dental services in Kenai. Patients are evaluated each morning starting at 7:45 with treatment until 9, Monday through Friday. Patients will be seen in order of urgency. It's fast, focused care when you need most. Don't wait through the pain. Get the help you need when you need it. For more information, call 907-262-3119.
Peninsula Community Services. Healthcare for all.
Officers of Beeman's talking with Steve. Beeman's is full of summer sports gear. Steve?
It is, Matt. So in soccer, we have a lot of soccer shoes and shin guards and balls and socks. Softball and baseball, well, we have a really limited selection of mitts and drawings. We haven't gotten them all in yet. So we have bat gloves and cleats and balls and bats. We have baseball and footballs and basketballs and tennis balls and a great selection of bikes.
You'll find upstairs at Beeman's, located on the Kenai Spur Highway in Solana.
Welcome back here on ESPN. Dylan Simmons, Tucker Blau, and Race back at the studio joining you here on the Sunday evening from Chugiak. And your score at Lee Jordan Field on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard is Oilers 0, Chinooks 0 after 1 inning of play. Tremendous defense by both sides. What's up? Cole Dixon peeking in from behind the door. Good to see him as always. He's just hanging out in the press box today. As we get set for the top half of the second inning, Luke Lusky, Carson McCormick, and Jack Holubowski will lead off against Asher Abrams. Abrams places this pitch in low for ball number 1.
Lusky in game 1 was 0 for 3. He did reach base twice, once via fielder's choice and once on an error by the second baseman.
Lusky pops this one up on the right side. It is the first baseman Whip who wants it, and he makes the catch for out 1.
A very quick game so far. Abrahams recorded the first inning in it was a 8-pitch at bat to Shane Cannon, and then after that recorded the final 2 outs in just 3 pitches, and then Dixon responds in the bottom half of the frame with a 4-pitch inning. So this game clipping right along.
Here's a breaking ball by Abrams for strike number 1. Carson McCormick to the plate. Did not play in game number 1, but the left fielder looking to make an impact here. 226 on the season. He is a big fan of fishing in Soldotna, and he's trying to get a big base hit right here for the Oilers.
Well, how can you be in Soldotna and not be a big fan of fishing?
I mean, it's the best place to do it. 1-1 pitch. That's an inside joke among some of the members of the team. We'll have to watch that back later and show him. 2-1 delivered here coming up for McCormick. Carson so far in the season with a 226 average, 7 hits and 3 RBIs, and he delivers a ball popped up once more on the right side. This time it's the second baseman Thompson who gets it for out 2.
Again, just the efficiency from these 2 starting pitchers. Abrahams now recorded two outs on just 6 pitches this inning.
Jack Holubowski comes to the plate. Third baseman did play in the first game for the Oilers. Did not get any hits, went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Was looking to turn that narrative around right here against Abrams. Fastball again popped up. We've seen a lot of those so far in this game. Count goes to 0-1. The amount of pop-ups in the early part of this contest, like you said, Tucker, it's just been astonishing.
Absolutely, and Jack Holubowski has fallen victim to that already twice today, looking to put a line drive in here.
And speaking of line drives, high drive, left field. It's going to go right into the left field corner. He had 2 doubles against the Miners 3 days ago, and he's got a double here with 2 outs in the top of the second.
Just an absolute missile off the bat of Jack Holubowski. Lines it off the State Farm ad banner out there in the left field corner, and his 4th double of the year, now leads the team.
And again, 3 doubles in the last 4 days, dating back to that Matsu Miners game he had a few days ago when he had 2 doubles against them. He gets the double here, and that brings Garrison Jones to the plate, who's the catcher for this second game. He's also worked in the outfield in the past for the Oilers. Now getting his chance behind the dish. He's also maybe the best bunter, I would say, on the team. He's going to foul this one off on the left side. Of course, with 2 outs, the idea of bunting seems a little bit less apt than it usually would.
Yes, it would be nice if there was less than 2 outs in which you would probably see Jones lay one down. But in this case, you're just looking for a base hit, touch outfield grass, and Holubowski most likely scores from second.
Needs a solid shot into the gap to bring in Holubowski. 0-1 on the way. Holubowski, big leadoff, and Jones fouled it off of himself. Brings the count to 0-2.
You know that doesn't feel good, but give him a few seconds to walk it off, and the pain will subside.
Yeah, it's never good when it goes off your shin like that. But all these guys, the Oilers and Chinooks for that matter, very tough players and very much able to overcome pain like that and get right back up and play. Pretty impressive. 0-2 pitch coming up to Jones, and he fouls it off the end of his bat into the cage. Keeps the count at 0-2.
Garrison Jones showing that battle once again, fouling off the 0-2 pitch, and he's got him in swing mode, so I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a put-away pitch here, maybe something in the dirt or well outside. We'll see what we see from the righty.
Freshman out of Yavapai College, Prescott Valley, Arizona. 0-2, ground ball delivered to the right side. Second baseman picks it up, throws on the run, and gets it in time to Cal Whip for the 4-3. Josh Thompson makes the play. The Oilers get 1 hit in the inning, but no runs, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Your score still 0 Oilers, 0 Chinooks. Back for the bottom of the second in just a moment on ESPN.
Gentle Dental
Soldotna proudly welcomes Dr. Perkins to the practice. He brings a remarkable background from studying in France to earning a degree in microbiology and a DMD, graduating near the top nationality. With over 5,000 hours in implant dentistry and decades in anesthesiology, he delivers advanced, comfortable care. Dr. Perkins has been recognized as America's top dentist and enjoys serving Alaska communities. Gentle Dental continues being trusted modern care. Call 907-262-8834 for your next appointment.
Looking for a trusted healthcare for your whole family? Central Peninsula Family Practice in Pediatrics has you covered. Newborn checkups to senior care and everything in between, our friendly providers deliver person-centered care tailored to your needs. Convenient locations in Kenai and Soldotna, we're here to help you stay healthy at every age and stage of life. We've expanded our team to better serve you. Learn more at cpgh.org or call 907-714-111 to book your appointment.
Welcome back here on ESPN to Chugiak, Alaska. Dylan Simmons and Tucker Blau joining you from an overcast Chugiak and Lee Jordan Field. Through 1.5 innings so far on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard, it is Oilers 0, Chinooks 0. 2 hits for the Oilers so far, none for Chugiak, and as Tucker mentioned a little bit ago, 4-pitch inning for Luke Dixon on the bump in the bottom half of the first inning. He'll be looking to follow up on that in just a moment as he faces off with Cal Whip, Drew Hurst, and Mick Moyer.
Absolutely, the Oilers looking for another efficient inning from Dixon. In twin bills like these, you want to see quick innings and efficiency so that you can preserve your bullpen. Of course, that doesn't really matter that much anymore as we're in the second game of the 2-game set. And let's see, who was it? That was Prendez. That was Prendez in the first game who went the full game, and that's exactly what you want to see in the first.
Cal Whip had an RBI single last game against the Oilers. That came in the 5th inning against Peninsula, but that was against Kian Prendez. This time he faces off with Luke Dixon. Dixon delivers a fastball just outside for ball 1. And yes, despite what the scoreboard says on the YouTube stream, that is Luke Dixon on the mound. We'll try to get that corrected here in the press box and make sure that that says Luke. 1-0 coming up to Whip. Breaking ball from Luke Dixon for a strike. Count at 1-1.
It's a sharp spinner from Luke.
He's got a great set of pitches and works them in very well throughout the course of a contest. Fires the 1-1, and he gets Whip to chase after it. Count goes to 1-2.
Longest at bat of the day for the Chinooks so far, and hopefully Dixon's had the best of Whip so far. Hopefully he can finish him off right here in the 1-2.
He's looking to make quick work of the cleanup man, Cal Whip. Can he get the strikeout, which would be his first of the day? 1-2, no, just misses the outside corner.
That was a great pitch. A little slider or something, or maybe it was a cutter. I think it was a slider that slid out of the zone trying to get that chase. It was very close to the outside edge.
2 balls and 2 strikes coming up for Luke Dixon. This is in there for strike 3. He gets Cal Whip looking and gets the first out in the bottom of the second. Tremendous job by Luke Dixon.
First strikeout of the day for the Oilers and Dixon, and only the second time that the Chinooks as a team have struck out on the day between the first game and the beginning of this one. So big pitch from Luke Dixon.
Here's our first look at Drew Hurst at the plate here for Chugiak. Hurst is from Messiah University and from Ephrata, Pennsylvania. Dixon, fastball, just misses for ball 1. Hurst had a season-high 5 hits against Christian Newport on February 28th and 3 RBIs against Shenandoah on May the 17th. A .222 average, 6 RBIs, 5 hits, 9 doubles with the Chinooks so far. And Dixon, fastball for strike 1. Hurst was named to the All-MAC Commonwealth team in 2025 and had a .367 average this year with 65 hits for Messiah University. 1-1 pitch, well inside by Dixon for ball 2. Again, one of several Messiah University players on the Chinook squad.
Chinooks have only managed to put good contact on 1 ball so far today. That was a line out to Holubowski, and good job by Dixon so far to limit that contact.
Dixon inside for ball 3. Count goes to 3-1. First time that he has really been in danger of putting a runner on base. Hurst trying to reach on a walk. He is the third baseman today for Chugiak in game number 2. 3-1 pitch coming up from Dixon. Delivers, and he missed high and outside for ball 4.
First free pass issued by Dixon in 5 hitters, and hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him. Now with Nick Moyer stepping up to the plate, looking for that ground ball up the middle, and hopefully an inning-ending double play.
Nick Moyer, Drew Hurst teammate at Messiah. He's from Royersford, Pennsylvania. 6'2", 195, 280 average this past season with 47 hits and 44 runs. He has a 261 average for Chugiak with 5 RBIs and 6 total hits in 2026. Moyer is the shortstop for Chugiak in this second game. Dixon delivers. This ball popped up on the right side and fouled. Count will be at 0-1.
Up until that walk, Dixon had been doing a very good job of staying in the zone, and that's what had produced that efficiency he was showing earlier. So hopefully with that strike, he can find it again right here.
Dixon showing patience on the 0-1. Here's a drive towards left, but McCormick is right there to make the catch for out number 2. Phenomenal job by this Oilers outfield today, being able to locate where some of these drives are going.
Yeah, these balls are hit very hard, at least a couple of them so far this game, and both Hossenclaver and McCormick, a good job in the corner outfield to track those and make the grabs.
That'll bring Luke Zaromski to the plate. He is the catcher for this game for the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. In the last game, he was the first baseman against the Oilers. Now 2 outs with Drew Hurst at first base.
As you would say, Dylan, the precipitation is descending from the sky quicker and quicker as the game progresses.
Yeah, it's a lot more visible now, and we'll see how and if that'll impact playing conditions. Again, it's a turf field here in Chugiak, so it's not nearly as bad as it could be at other places. If this was in Palmer, then it could be unfortunate. 0-1 coming up here from Dixon. That's a swing and a miss. Great fastball from Luke Dixon toward the inside part of the plate. Got Zaromski to chase after it.
Just as I was saying, this is what happens when you get back in the zone. Moyer hits the ball hard, but you record the out still, and now all of a sudden you're up 0-2 on Zaromski.
0-2 pitch coming up. Chance for a second strikeout right here for Luke Dixon. Delivers. This ball popped up off the end of the bat of Zaromski for a foul.
That's exactly what an 0-2 count can do. You're forced to swing at anything close as the hitter, and you induce weak contact like that. Unfortunately for the Oilers, in this case, it went out of play, but still 0-2.
0-2 pitch coming up. See if Dixon goes back to that fastball here. He tried. And it's going to land right in front of us here at the cage, and that will allow the runner to advance to second. He tried to go fast and ended up going a little bit too wide.
Yeah, that one just got away from Jones there a little bit, and able to advance to second base is Hurst.
So that brings the count to 1-2, and like you said, Hurst is now at second in scoring position. Garrison Jones had to backtrack to quickly get that baseball, but did so. 1-2 coming up here. Luke Dixon trying to put that last pitch behind him. Won't be too costly if he can get a strikeout. Taking his time on the 1-2 against Zaromski. 1-2, runner goes. That's inside. That's ball 2, and the runner takes third.
That was just a terrific jump. So between the jump, Jones knowing he probably wasn't going to get him, and how close that pitch was, he opted to hold it in place trying to get the call rather than throw it down to third. Yeah, probably a good decision.
Yeah, good work by Drew Hurst to take third. That's very impressive in that situation. Very bold, though. 2-2, Dixon. This is barely hit. The throw will be to first, and that will be out number 3. It's an odd 1-3 on what was really just a swinging bunt from Zaromski, and the score remains 0-0. The Chinooks put one man on base, but no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll be back for the top of the third in just a moment on ESPN. Don't touch that dial.
Yes, Steam on Wheels does install lift stations. Generally, a lift station is required with high groundwater or some type of elevational difference that's going to require a pressurized mound or bed. But they do provide an excellent sewer system when installed correctly. Conventional septics are the preferred way to go. But when you have high groundwater or an elevational difference where you've got to pump it up a hill to do it conventionally, a lift station may be the only way to go. Give us a call at Steam on Wheels, 907-262-3240.
Dan's Automotive has the best customers in the world. What about Asia? We love Asia. We work on Toyotas, Hondas, Nissans, Hyundais, and Kias.
What about Amsterdam?
Do they even make cars?
Look, no matter what side of the car the steering wheel's on, we got you covered. Dan's Automotive, serving the best customers in Alaska. Call 907-420-0416.
Back to Lee Jordan Field. This game still knotted up at 0 between the Oilers and the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks. Chinooks winning game 1 of this 2-game set today by a final score of 5-1. Oilers only able to pick up 3 hits in what ended up being a short affair. Just about 2 hours was the game time.
Yeah, just a little under 2 hours. And like you said, very quick pace in that game. Kind of similar here between the Oilers and the Chinooks, but the difference is it's still 0-0, and here comes Wyatt Bundy.
Bundy stepping up to the plate, squares to bunt, pulls back in time to take ball 1 low and inside. 1-0 the count. Like we've said before, the Oilers are a very scrappy small ball team, and a big part of that is these bunts as he squares to bunt again and takes ball 2.
Yeah, we haven't seen a bunt from either team today be laid down successfully. Bundy is sure trying against Asher Abrams, but hasn't been able to get it yet.
2-0 pitch, another squares to bunt and pulls back again. He's worked a 3-0 count, squaring and pulling all 3 times.
Yeah, you wonder sometimes if a pitcher seeing a guy trying a bunt almost affects the trajectory a little bit.
And Bundy squares and pulls back for a 4th consecutive pitch and takes ball 4. He's aboard on first base, so he effectively did the same thing he was intending to do with the bunt, just for free.
Yeah, at the end of the day, hey, a risk-free option is always a good option if you can still get on base, and that's exactly what Bundy did, making the use of his DH spot. Let's see if Luke Skinner can follow up on that.
Luke Skinner stepping into the box now against Asher Abrahams. Abrahams in his third inning of work has walked the leadoff hitter, and the Oilers looking to bunt again. That's Luke Skinner pulling back, and this time a called strike. 0-1. The Oilers have seen a total of 5 pitches this inning and have squared to bunt on every single one and pulled back on every single one. Skinner now on an 0-1 count. Abrahams checks the runner. Now comes set. Spin move to first, nowhere nearly in time as Bundy dives back in plenty of time. Back safely, Skinner still in an 0-1 count. Abrahams back on the mound, toes the rubber as he gets his sign. Now checks Bundy at first base. Comes set at the chest, leg kick and the delivery. Fouled back and out of play. Skinner now in a 0-2.
Skinner was 0 for 2 in his first game. Garrison Jones subbed in eventually in the 9-hole. Skinner back at second base here for game number 2. Trying to make the most of it.
Skinner back in the box. Bundy leads off first base. 0-2 count. Abrahams comes set. Ready for the 0-2 pitch. Deep fly ball to center field. Ranging back is Butler towards the fence. Just shy, makes the grab. And Bundy's has to head back to first base.
Yeah, hit towards the deepest part of the park there in center field. I think that's a ball that, if it had been in the right or left field corner, would have been way out of here. Just unfortunate where it ended up, but still a really good shot off the bat by Skinner.
That's the second ball we've seen Skinner put a charge into today, and second home run that he's missed by a matter of feet. Next hitter for the Oilers is Shane Cannon, top of the lineup, as he comes up with 1 out and a runner on first. Another spin move intended for Bundy. Bundy dives back safely in plenty of time. As always, top of the lineup is brought to you by State Farm agent Christy Babcock. Start the next inning in your life with the top insurance team. Cannon still yet to see a first pitch in this at-bat. Takes a ball inside. 1-0 the count on the shortstop. This inning started off with a leadoff 4-pitch walk issued to Wyatt Bundy. Skinner followed up with a deep fly ball to center field, and that brought up the top of the lineup in Shane Cannon. Cannon struck out looking after a quality at-bat in the first inning. Now takes ball 2 high for a 2-0 count now.
And again, he showed bunt right there. Oilers are really trying to make it work. If you can get the runner to second with 2 outs, it's not the worst-case scenario. And we know Cannon can lay down a good one and has tremendous speed. And it's all about how you manage it.
And the 2-0 pitch squares to bunt again, pulls back again. And the appeal to the first base umpire to see if he was pulled back in time. They say he does. So, second 3-0 count of the inning for the Oilers.
Yeah, anytime they seem to lay down these bunts, I don't know if it affects the way Abrams is pitching here or what, but it allows them to get, or at least has gotten them more balls than it has strikes.
3-0 pitch. Called strike on the low outside edge. I think Cannon thought that was ball 4. He started walking towards first base, but he's forced to return to the right-hand side of the batter's box.
And I'm not going to lie, I thought it was a strike too, or a ball as well, I should say. Looked like it just missed that outside corner, but not the guy at the plate, so.
Cannon still in a hitter's count, ready for the 3-1. Runner goes, grounded hard right left side, picked up by the third baseman, throw across the diamond in time. And fortunately for the Oilers, Bundy did take off for second, or that could have been a double play.
Yeah, very well could have been a double play. That's why sometimes going early has its benefits in that kind of situation. You at least get a runner at second base, and you bring on Brooks Hossenclaver, who we know, especially with what he did in the first game, could definitely bring the runner home.
Hossenclaver with that absolutely astronomical RBI double in the third inning. It was big at the time. Unfortunately, it was the only offensive run for the Oilers in a game that they eventually lost 6-1. Next pitch is called strike on the outside edge. 0-1 on Hossenclaver. Flew out to the left in his first plate appearance.
Seen some tremendous pitching between these two games so far, whether it's been Abrams, Luke Dixon, or otherwise. Going back to the first game, it's been really good, I'd say, most of the way.
Next pitch is high for ball 1. 1-1 the count now on Hossenclaver.
Abrams again showing you that he's a guy that's not going to be taken lightly here, and that's why Chugiak's been so good. Part of the reason, anyway, is that they've got consistent starting pitching that can take you through at least a good half of the game.
Abrams comes set for the 1-1. Deep fly ball to center field, ranging back. It's towering into center field, and underneath it to make the grab is Kai Butler. The second deep fly out of the inning for the Oilers. Oilers go retire 3 outs and 4 batters, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. The Chinooks will bring up Josh Thompson and Kirby Jenkins, and then back to the top of the lineup for Blake Allen when we come back right here on ESPN 96.9 FM, 1140 AM, and online at RadioKenai.com.
Fall is just around the corner. Are you ready for your next chapter? At Kenai Peninsula College, we're ready for you. Registration for the fall semester is now open, offering the classes you need close to home. And big news, our residence hall is now open. You can once again experience full campus life, build lifelong friendships, and live where you learn while taking classes at KPC or any UA campus. Don't wait. Secure your classes in your room today at kpc.alaska.edu. Find your place at KPC.
Looking for the toughest trailers and equipment on the Kenai? Head to White Spruce Trailer Sales on K Beach Road, your local dealer for TYM tractors. That's right, they have TYM tractors and implements. Anything from TYM pallet forks, box blades, snow removal, and more. Built to work as hard as you do. From sales to service, they've got the parts you need to keep your equipment running strong all year long. Speaking of service, White Spruce offers a full-service shop with special discounts for commercial companies because supporting local businesses matter.
Lee Jordan Field here in Eagle River. Oilers taking on the Eagle River Chinooks for the second time tonight. First game ended up in a loss, 6-1 to this same team. Oilers staying in it for just a little bit longer, at least. This game is still tied as we head to the bottom of the third. 0-0 is the score.
Josh Thompson will come to the plate here, followed by Kirby Jenkins and Blake Allen. Biggest thing for Luke Dixon in this situation is that you want to make sure that you can take quick care of these first two batters to limit any possible damage for that top of the order.
Absolutely. As we learned in that first game, the top of the Chinooks order can be absolutely lethal. As the first pitch to Thompson is low for ball 1. 1-0 the count on the second baseman. Dixon worked through a good first 2 innings, has not allowed a hit yet in the game. Did walk 1 for the only base runner. Now steps off. It looks like some sort of insect was bugging him, so to speak, on the mound. Now ready for the 1-0. Low for ball 2. 2-0 the count now on Thompson.
Thompson, 6 feet tall, 185, a sophomore out of Siena University, and from Ringo's, New Jersey. 278 average this past year.
And yet his rhythm is interrupted by a B, standing at 6'6". Next pitch is grounded right side, picked up by Skinner, thrown to first base in time to record the out. Another quick out for Dixon, who retires Thompson on 3 pitches.
Yeah, pretty nice ground out force there by Dixon. Again, routine chopper, but Skinner doing a good job. He's not usually over at second base. If he's in the field of play, it's usually as a third baseman, but he's taking to the second base spot pretty well.
Absolutely, Skinner using his infield utility abilities to make that play and gets it to first in time for the out. 1 down now for the 9-hole Kirby Jenkins. Lines one in the shot in the gap in left center and picked up on a hop by left fielder Carson McCormick, and it's a 1-out single to set up the top of the order.
That's Jenkins' 5th hit of the season, entered today with a 190 average, and he's an interesting story. He's a senior, actually, from Arkansas Tech, who Dave Dawson coaches for, but instead of coming to the Oilers, came to Chugiak to play with the Chinooks. So Dawson knows him well, and he just watched him get a single on his fellow Arkansas Tech teammate, Luke Dixon.
Dawson with a great single, just a line drive into the left center gap. And Blake Allen, I'm assuming as the top of the order, he's got speed, so could be a tough double play to turn, but we'll see what Dixon can induce here. First pitch is very outside for ball 1. Allen started to offer at it, but he held up in plenty of time. 1-0 the count.
Blake Allen again popped one up to the first baseman back in the first inning. That's got to be a weird feeling for Luke Dixon, playing against your teammate Kirby Jenkins from Arkansas Tech, and obviously you want to come out on the better end of that deal, but gave up a single.
Next pitch from Dixon is popped back and out of play. 1-1 the count now on Allen.
It's part of the intrigue of the Alaska Baseball League is you get a lot of guys from the same school, and they don't always all go to the same team, and you get teammate versus teammate matchups like this. Almost like a version of the World Baseball Classic dynamic in a way.
Dixon back on the mound, ready for the 1-1 delivery. Leg kick and the pitch popped up in the infield. Coming in are all the infielders. It's actually going to be the first baseman, Lusky, that calls for it and makes the grab. Obviously, Jenkins is forced to stay at first base, so Blake retired on the P3.
And that's more reminiscent of what we were seeing earlier with all these pop-ups. Really nice job to get that one on Allen. Second time he's popped it up to the first baseman, Lusky, in this game. Here comes the speedy Kai Butler.
Kai Butler stepping into that right-hand batter's box with 2 outs and a runner on first, looking to extend the inning and advance the runner. Oilers just trying to get out with limited damage after Jenkins singled for the Chinooks first base runner of the game, or second base runner of the game. Next pitch is quick pick to first. It was very close play at first on Jenkins, but got back just in time.
Boy, was it ever. I mean, that was simultaneous to Jenkins getting the base. Very close call. Good throw by Dixon.
First pitch to Butler as Dixon comes set. Leg kick and the delivery. Just high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Butler hit a sharp line drive to right field, but Hassenclaver, using those abilities he has as a right fielder and a first baseman, made the grab to record the out. And now back up with 2 outs and a runner on first. Takes the ball low for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Butler and the first game, went 0 for 3, did reach first base on an error. Other than that, he flew out and grounded out. Now ready for the 2-0 from Dixon. Dixon checks the runner at first, now comes set. Delivery, caught the inside edge for strike one. 2-1 the count now on Butler.
Butler very speedy on the base paths, 5 stolen bases already on the season. He's also, again, got the number 5 batting average in the Alaska Baseball League. So this is a guy who's very consistent at the plate despite what happened in game number 1 earlier today.
Dixon ready for the 2-1 pitch is high for ball 3. I wonder if Jenkins is thinking about running or not here.
I think it's got to be in your mind at this point in time, especially with 2 outs already being on your own team. You got to at least consider trying to take second. I wouldn't be shocked, especially with the leadoff he's got on this 3-1.
Now the 3-1 from Dixon as he looks Jensen back and now delivers to the plate. High for ball 4. And that's going to put 2 runners on the base paths for Phoenix West, who's not the guy you want to see stepping up to the plate in this situation.
Yeah, of all the guys to have 2 runners on base for him, I don't think Phoenix West is the guy you want to see. This is where Dixon's really going to have to dig deep. They got a fly out on him last time. Dixon's going to have to try to attack the zone, but also make sure that he can get West to chase without giving up that shot. This is going to be a really interesting chess match here.
West in game 1 went 2 for 2 with 2 singles, a run scored in, and 2 RBIs. First pitch to him catches the low outside corner for strike 1. That's just a terrific pitch from Dixon. Terrific location. Not much you can do with that even if you know it's coming.
It is a terrific pitch, and that's the kind of pitch that he's going to need to take West out because, again, he's only striked out 3 times on the season. This is not a guy who chases after the ball that often, so that's what you got to do to fool Phoenix West.
Ready for the 0-1 pitch, popped up right side. Coming in is the left fielder McCormack. Will he have room? Sliding and just short as the ball lands in foul territory in that left field bullpen.
He and Cannon both chased after it that time, and it was interesting watching just how desperate they were to try to get that baseball. Just goes to show you how much an out is valued against Phoenix West. Not taking anything for granted is this Oilers outfield.
Absolutely. As I saw Cannon racing back there to meet up with McCormick, I was getting Ellie De La Cruz vibes. I've seen a few plays of him racing back towards that bullpen in foul territory. Unfortunately, he couldn't get there in this case. Still an 0-2 count on West, so West now has to choke up a little bit and use a defensive approach to the plate. Runners go, grounded softly right side, picked up by the first baseman Lusky, flips it to first in time to record the out, and Dixon works through some traffic, ultimately gets out of the inning with no damage. He does allow a single and walk 1. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. We'll head to the top of the 4th. Oilers bring up the middle of the order. Nellis, Lusky, and McCormick when we come back right here on ESPN.
Looking for a solid job with great pay and room to grow? Dam Construction and Roofing is hiring roofers and general laborers across the Kenai Peninsula. They offer competitive pay based on experience, overtime opportunities, paid sick leave, and full-time seasonal work. No experience? No problem. If you're dependable, motivated, and ready to learn, they'll provide the opportunity. Join one of the Kenai Peninsula's fastest-growing roofing companies. Call 907-262-3996 today or visit dambuilt.com. Dam Construction and Roofing, building careers one roof at a time.
When trying to find a dentist, it can be challenging, and Ridgeway Family Dentistry knows this. Ridgeway is a new state-of-the-art facility offering you pain-free dentistry and is family-friendly. Even if you don't have time to have multiple appointments, Ridgeway Family Dentistry can complete all your treatment in one easy visit. At Ridgeway Family Dentistry, they know how important it is to have a smile and know how that can change your life. For your next dental appointment, call Ridgeway Family Dentistry at 262-8404.
Asher Abraham's back on the mound for his 4th inning of work. He's only allowed 2 hits, walked 1, and struck out 1 in ultimately 3 scoreless innings. Enough to match Luke Dixon, who's actually, I'd say, doing better. He has walked 2, but he's only allowed 1 hit and struck out 1 through 3 scoreless.
Yeah, both pitchers have been excellent so far for both teams' bottom line. 3 combined hits through 3 innings is pretty darn impressive no matter which team you're going up against, especially the top 2 teams in the Alaska Baseball League. It feels like this is going to be a game where you're going to have to be opportunistic and almost manufacture some of your runs to put some stuff on the board.
Which is why we saw the Oilers squaring to bunt several, as an understatement, several times in that last inning after getting that leadoff walk off the bat of Wyatt Bundy. Next pitch is grounded softly left side, and if it had stayed fair, that would have been a beautiful swinging bunt for Mark Nellis. Unfortunately, just rolled foul.
At Herman Brothers Field in Coral Seymour, that is a fair ball for Mark Nellis. But unfortunately, because of the turf field here at Lee Jordan Field, the ball rolls a little bit more than you would expect, and that's probably the only thing that saved that thing from being fair for Nellis.
I mean, off the bat, I was thinking it was fair all the way, and he was easily getting first base. But smart defense by the pitcher Abrahams and the third baseman Drew Hurst to let that one roll foul. Now chopped left side, picked up by Hurst himself, throws across the diamond in time to retire Nellis and record the first out of the inning. Luke Lusky next up.
Pretty routine ground out to Drew Hurst. And again, this Chinooks infield has been almost infallible so far today. The way they've been able to take care of everything without really any sort of mistake has been impressive. Those are plays that, again, they seem simple, but we see so many times teams mess those up. Good work by the Chinooks.
First pitch is low for ball 1, 1-0. And this is a day where you need good defense behind you. We have not seen that many strikeouts between these 2 games. A lot of balls in play, and both teams have done very well defensively. Next pitch is inside for ball 2, 2-0.
Yeah, and you especially need to be on top of things because of the wet conditions out here. You got to be able to handle the ball a little better.
Next pitch is fouled back and out of play off the bat of Luke through 2-1.
Because you know, naturally it's going to be a little slicker. So you're going to have to make sure that you really grip that baseball tight and make sure you hold on to it once it enters your glove.
The 2-1, grounded hard, back up the middle. That's a base hit. Lusky rounds first, and he's going to be in with a 1-out single to set up the middle of this order. Carson McCormick and Jack Halabowski with that double on deck.
Yeah, the first hit for Lusky between these 2 games. He reached on an error in the first game, but this was a perfect ball up the middle. He's been very good at those this season. One of the best when it comes to ground balls up the middle. Does it again here for a single.
Carson McCormick coming up with the runner on first and 1 out. I wonder if I'm sure his main objective with this at-bat is to advance Lusky to second, with Halabowski, who's 1 for 1 with that double, waiting on deck. First pitch catches the outside edge for strike 1, 0-1.
Yeah, that's absolutely the idea here for Carson. Not as much of a bunter as some of the other players on the team. He's more of a solid contact power hitter, and whenever he does get a handle on a baseball, it usually goes pretty far.
Next pitch to McCormick is swung through for strike 2, 0-2. The count on the slugger.
Yeah, a little more to the inside that time. McCormick chased after it. Gonna have to be careful on the 0-2 here from Abrams.
The 1-out 0-2 delivery from Abrams. Lined right side and out of play, or foul at least. 0-2 the count still, as McCormick's putting up a good battle.
That one right over the Oilers bullpen that time and over the fence. Glad it didn't hit any of the people passing by there on the concourse.
0-2 the count, and the second 0-2 delivery, grounded, chopped left side, I should say, towards the bullpen and foul. And McCormick has seen 4 pitches, all strikes, and he's still standing in the box. So a good battle from McCormick.
The veteranosity he shows, it's impressive to think he's only a freshman at Allen Community College, coming out of Arkansas, playing a great brand of baseball here in Alaska.
0-2 delivery is very low and away, almost at the back end of the left-hand batter's box, and that's ball 1, 1-2. The count now on the freshman. McCormick is 0 for 1 on the day, popped out to second base. He's getting his first swings of the day in, as he did not play in the first game. Abrams ready for the 1-2 delivery. Leg kick and the pitch. Deep fly ball left side, ranging slowly to his right is West to make the grab, and that's going to retire McCormick. Lusky forced to advance back, or return back to first base. And now Halabowski is the last chance for the Oilers to take advantage of this scoring situation.
Going to put a heck of a charge into that baseball, and again, it seems to be like whatever happens on these fly balls, they just don't have enough velocity to exit the ballpark. There are some pretty deep dimensions here at Lee Jordan Field, but that's one I thought initially off the bat might have a chance to go. It just didn't.
Between obviously the wood bats in the ABL and the colder conditions, especially on a colder, rainy day like today, it's pretty difficult to get the ball over the fence. First pitch is taken for strike one, 0-1 on Halabowski. Halabowski obviously 1 for 1 with that double. Now pops one way high to left field. Ranging in slowly is West, and he retires Halabowski on a towering pop-up into shallow left field. The Oilers get one hit off the bat of Luke Lusk